I bet I drill a clean hole in somebody today.
Fighting games are truly in a great space right now. You may not be a fan of all 9 of these games, but the fact that we have this many brand new fighting games coming out in the year 2025, 2026 is just a lot of great things to look forward to. It's awesome. Fighting games are like so alive in an era where competition across all of video games is so prevalent. I mean, how many games have we seen that has flopped? Assassin's Creed, Conquer. There's so many games that have flop, 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 flop. And for fighting games to be competing, even though the balancing could be shaky or this could be angry players, right? The games still find a way to like survive. That's what's cool. Never do I want fighting games to cease to exist. And I also want more people to embrace fighting games. And with Street Fighter doing super well, Tekken 8 starting to get back on track, but then you also have like an Invincible game, a Virtual Fighter, a Marvel. It's a good time to be a fighting game player. But also, we're at the end of an era. In Tekken 7, the arcades are being removed. This is responding to the Tekken Japanese account, which says, as of Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, the following network services will be discontinued. Arcade game Tekken 7 Fated Retribution Round 2, corresponding service Tekken Net. After the service ends, the game will operate offline. Now, there's more to read here, but just this part alone is basically the definitive end of Tekken 7 Arcade. And as we know, Tekken 8 is not in arcade, and it probably won't be in arcade. So we're at this point now to where the few Tekken cabinets that are out there, maybe a Tekken 5, a Tekken 3, that's the last remaining experiences of arcade. Now, Harada did say that he wanted to somehow keep the arcade experience alive, and he could talk about what he's doing with Arcade Lounge, Arcade Quest, all of these different ways of keeping the spirits alive, but it is kind of sad to see like the real end of a generation. To all the players who cherish this game and to the store staff who have supported our operations, the development and management team extends our heartfelt gratitude. But even though Tekken 7 is being removed from the arcades, let's not act like Tekken 7 isn't absolutely like a juggernaut. It's done its job of resurrecting the Tekken franchise before Tekken 7 Tag 2 left it in a bad spot. But then it resurrected it, it made it mainstream, and it just paved the way so that Tekken 8 can flourish and grow and become something even greater. Now, they do have a little bit more detailed information here for those of you guys who still play Tekken 7 in arcade. So I would definitely pause and read this so you can see like what to do with your Tekken Net subscription. But for everyone else, let's keep going. You do have this small tweet here from Harada. He's on Twitter right now talking about animals. People are sending him cat pictures and whatnot. But he did say this: please send more photos of your pets. I already have a lot of photos of bears, pandas, and kangaroos, so I don't need those. Some people saw the kangaroos and was wondering if this was some kind of teaser or hint to Roger coming in season 3. Now, we can't deny or confirm this. I mean, Harada done many small tweets like this in the past, and it turned out to be something great. I mean, think about how someone asked him to put Negan in the game, and then Harada said no, and then like 3 years later, Negan is announced, right? So this Roger tweet could be anything and everything. We'll just have to wait and see. But then when you shift your attention and you start talking about the game itself, the actual Tekken 8, players are still on Twitter. They're kind of like, just still critiquing the game. A lot of people are still trying to give as much feedback as possible so the developers can really figure out what's happening and fix it, because the next update that they're doing is going to be the final update, unless they decide to do more, which currently they are not. So it is important that they do a lot in this update and they make it meaningful. Now, what FDX says is, I think Tekken 8 needs to go back to 100 HP, 180 HP once the combo damage are under control. Too easy to ignore pokes and fish for nukes. Timeout combos are like a regular thing now. I'm guilty of these too. On a separate topic, Arslan Ash says Zafina went from being the most fun character to the most brain dead in the game now. I was talking to someone who plays Zafina, a Zafina loyalist, and I was asking them, since season 2, since Zafina is like the character everyone has their eyes on, has the amount of hate that you've received gone up? Because that was the thing with Yoshimitsu in season 1. Of course, people still like, talk trash about Yoshi because he's that kind of character. But in season 1, when he was the most broken, it was crazy, the day-to-day experience. And I know the Zafina players, all three y'all, are probably experiencing this same thing. But another tweet that I just want to show you guys as well is what King J says. King J says, it's okay to say Tekken 8 is all aggression and no more defense, question mark. Was watching replay of God 1 ranked players yesterday, and the Tekken skill I witnessed made me realize so many things. The game isn't traditional Tekken, it's a new different game. But I say all of this to say that regardless of all of these complaints that the players have for the game, Tekken 8 tournament wise is still doing very, very good. For VS Fighting, which will be taking place on the 15th and 17th of August, Tekken 8 currently is the most signed up for game there, beating Street Fighter 6 and Guilty Gear and Virtua Fighter. This is amazing. Now, when you look at Evo, it's second place. Street Fighter is holding the lead, and Tekken 8 is right next to it. Guilty Gear was dethroned by Fatal Fury City of Wolves, and I think those two games will go back and forth and battle for that third place spot. The reason why the third place spot is so important, at least for Evo, is because the final day will be the 3 biggest games, and they will be on the main stage. So Guilty Gear getting kicked off in the 4th is going to hurt them a little bit. But then as for Evo, once more, you have the other like kind of side games, and you can see the 1 through 8 for those and how those games stack up for one against one another. Now, as for the tournament that's going on right now, we have CEO, which is taking place on June 3rd, 14th, and 15th. Here you can see all of the different streams, all of the different times. Pause and read this, take a screenshot. I will be streaming it myself, so you guys can just come to the channel and hang out. Now, as for actual reveals, I don't think Tekken will do any here. I know they surprised us with Armor King at Combo Breaker, but what I think will be next is they will probably let this event pass, and then they will probably go ahead and announce Fakrum's Tekken Talk. Give us the time, give us the date, and then start really preparing for the next update, the character Fakrum, and all of the different balance changes that's going to be there. What's interesting about this next Tekken Talk is this is like the first time that we actually like really hear from them. On tweets, they didn't really say much. On Combo Breaker, they didn't say much. But in that Tekken Talk that lasts like 2 hours, they're going to really address all of this because you can't hide from it, right? One thing that I want to mention as well is Street Fighter 6. A couple of days ago, these guys has reached 5 million copies sold worldwide. From the outsides looking in, Street Fighter is doing a lot of things very, very well, and it's paying off in terms of units sold. When you talk about them in comparison to Mortal Kombat and also Tekken, well, Mortal Kombat's done. That game's over, so they probably won't sell any more copies. But Tekken, on the other hand, they're a little bit behind Street Fighter. Tekken's at 4 million copies, so they're like a million behind. I'm assuming the season 2 is going to hurt them a lot, so Tekken is going to have to catch up a lot, but the thing about Tekken as well is they have 2 of their most popular characters on the way. Even though everyone hates Fakrum, I said this many times before, but Fakrum is like the most popular DLC character from Tekken 7 behind Armor King, right? So those 2 characters both showing up in season 2, but then season 2 is also getting better. Tekken 8 should be able to hit 5 million copies eventually